beat Tennessee State University.
Your team has improved each of your first 3 years as head coach. What can you expect in this year number 4?
Hopefully more improvement. We really have. I mean, our team's come a long way. We've done some things in recruiting that has allowed us to be successful. We've done some things in administration with facilities that has allowed us to be successful in recruiting. And we've done some things on the field to kind of gain the respect of people around the conference. Now, we've got to finish the job. We got to break through. So we're really excited about this season. We've got a lot of guys returning, and we think the sky's the limit. But, games aren't played on paper. You got to go out there and play them in between the lines. So our guys understand that, and I think we understand the process and what it's going to take for us to be successful. So this year is going to be a big year for us.
Stephen Godbolt has been named to the Buck Buchanan Award watch list. Tell us about what he brings to your defense.
Well, I mean, he's just a scrappy individual. Steven, if you saw him when he was a freshman, you thought we cut a hog. You thought he was a bust. He couldn't backpedal very well. We knew he was very athletic because he played on both sides of the ball in high school. But he took that year to red shirt, and, Coach Anthony Blevins, who's now with the Arizona Cardinals, did a lot of work with him. And now his current coach, Mike Cornegie, they do a lot of work with those guys. And he's just developed as a football player over these last 2 years. And I think this could be a breakout season for him. If not last year, he led the nation with 6 picks last year. But he has so much more in the tank. I don't think he scratched the surface as good as he could be. So hopefully, he'll give us 10 interceptions this year.
Right there at the very end.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You good?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like most about your team this year?
Anytime you get a year older and you still have the same players on your team, you got to like that. I think the maturity of the team should be a lot better this year. Last year our defense consisted of a bunch of redshirt freshmen and sophomores. I think out of the 11 returners that we have on defense this year, 9 of them will be juniors. So that's always a good thing. So, I think I like the maturity. I think I like guys coming back with experience because that's always huge.
What is the biggest challenge for your team this year?
Just to be able to get over the hurdle. I mean, we started out 7-0 last year. We dropped 1, and then we came back, and we were 8-1, and then we lost 2. So we've got to be able to get over that hurdle. We've got to be able to break the rock. You've heard me say that a couple of times. That's been our team motto all spring is break the rock. We got to be able to break through in those tough games. And playing 12 straight, we're going to have to do some things on the coaching side to get everybody to the game, but we've got to be physically and mentally tough. And it's going to be a tough season for us schedule-wise, but I think our guys are up for the challenge.
What are your general impressions of the OVC race this year?
Man, and on paper, Eastern Illinois is 1, Eastern Kentucky's 2, and we're 3. But, it's not played on paper. I think in 2001 or 2002, somewhere in there, TSU, I think it was 2002, going into that season, they were picked number 3 in the conference and finished 2-10. And, I was hired the next year. So, those rankings on paper don't mean very much to us. We know each and every team in this league can be explosive. I don't think we played a blowout game last year. I think, every game that we played was very, very competitive, and we know that's the culture of this league. So we're going to have to be a physical football team. We're going to have to be a mentally tough football team in order to contend for a championship in November.
Tell us about your team winning the Sergeant York Championship last season.
Well, anytime you win the York Trophy, first of all, it's just a great honor in itself for what, Sergeant York represented. But, secondly, it lets you know that you're winning the state of Tennessee. And in order for us to be in contention to win an OVC championship, we have to win the state of Tennessee because there are 4 schools in the OVC, playing for that same crown. So anytime we win the York Trophy, we know we're in position to be successful in the conference. And that's really huge for recruiting, and everything else.
Tell us a little about your schedule and how it plays out for your team this year.
Well, it's one of the toughest schedules in FCS football, I believe. We start out with Bethune-Cookman, who in some polls are ranked in the top 25 to start the season. They were a playoff team last year. And then we come back and play a tough Florida A&M team on the road on a short week because we do play that first game on Sunday, and we got to travel to Tallahassee, and then we come back in Jackson State and Tennessee Tech. So, I mean, it's not an easy road for us. We have 12 straight games. So, again, we have to be physically and mentally ready to play and physically and mentally ready for that grind that it's going to take this season.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, y'all. No off week.
No off week.
Wow.
No off week.
No healing bones.
Nah.